I'm going to be making some tubs today. So I've purchased a couple of plastic tubs from a well-known retailer. Don't forget to drill some holes in the bottom for drainage. We've got some crock, which is just basically some old broken tiles. What I like to do also on top of the crock is I add a bit of composted wood chips. I've had these in a pile for about 18 months to 2 years, and they rotted down quite well. And when I've riddled the compost, you end up with like solid balls and bits of fibre. That's great also. So I put that on top of the crock. What we've got also is some tagetes, marigolds. We've got impatiens, busy lizzie, mixed busy lizzies, and for trailing we've got some lobelia, mixed lobelia, which is nice. Smell that. That smells lovely. And for the dot plant in the centre, we've got a cordyline australis. So that will sit in the middle. Now, this will overwinter. So once everything else has died over, which is what your annuals will do, is this should stay as your centrepiece, and it will get bigger. But just protect it from frosts. They are hardy to a certain extent. But if it does get cold, anything from sort of -2 onwards, make sure that just put some bubble wrap around it. It's fine. That's fine. What we used to do at the old nursery was wrap raffia and straw. But for cleanliness, bubble wrap's perfect. Perfect. So that'll be our dot plant to go in the centre. And the compost we've got is peat free. It's pretty good. I've had good results from this. Just remember that with any compost that you buy, the nutrient content that's actually added to this will probably last between 4 to 6 weeks maximum. Then anything after that, you will then have to feed that via a liquid feed. A tomato feed is perfect. Make sure you read the dilution ratio, because you don't want to kill them. So let's get started. I'm just going to pop some crock in the bottom. If you was to put just compost straight in, that's a lot of compost in that pot, and it will get soggy, it will get clammy. So by putting the crock in the bottom, it aids the drainage. And also it weights it down as well. Because years ago we used to use soil-based compost, which was heavier. And my old boss said, what a plant's grown in for thousands of years, soil. I'm just going to add a bit of this. Not too much, but just bring it up to a point. That's perfect. Right, that's lovely. That's great. Up to that level. Yeah. And then we'll fill it with compost. Pop some compost in the bottom. You've still got at least 6 to 8 inches. That's plenty for the roots to get established in. It really is. Up there. There we go. Another little tip for you is try and get it centre of the pot. If that's going up against a wall, then put it at the back, and then you can fill out that with your annuals. But I like to see them dead centre of the pot. Another little tip is this gets in the way. So hand at the bottom, pull it straight up. I've got a rubber tie. Pop the rubber tie round. Don't crush the foliage, and then it's out your way. So we'll knock that. Always make sure that you tease the bottom. Good root structure on that. We could tease that out just slightly. Dig into that, and then place that in. Bring the compost around, and then firm that down. You see, that's out the way. Right, put a bit more compost in there. You don't want too much compost in, because when you water it, it will overflow. Let's get that even. And really, there is no rules to this. I like a mixture. I like a mixture of colour. The Busy Lizzies will fill this, so initially it'll look like, oh, we've not put much in there, but once you get going, it'll be pretty full. Now, remember with these, don't yank them out, just squeeze at the end, because we have got root coming through. Squeeze them and then tease them out. Then they come out a lot easier than what they would be if you just yank them, and we've all done it, we've all just pulled them out and they've snapped. So what I want to do actually is use the flowering ones, because you get instant impact. Just move those there, let's get that one. You probably won't need this many, but it gives me a good basis. So I'll just use my fingers, just dig in, pull back, push down, put the compost around. Years ago when we were working in the nursery, we had a potter's wheel that used to just spin round. Push that in. Just watch Busy Lizzies, because they are quite tender. They are quite tender. They are quite tender. And then again with the marigolds. Oh, it smells lovely. It's bloody lovely. Brings me back. I will mention this. I worked in Guernsey for a few years, training the guys on the parks department, and I worked with an absolutely fantastic guy who managed the parks and green spaces in Guernsey. So it was a big up to Phil Merrion, and the floral displays. I remember when I first got there, he said, come on, let's go and have a look at these displays. And we went down the front at St. Peter Port, and they were lovely. So hats off to them people that work in the parks departments, that work on the parks, that create the floral displays. But they were lovely. They were lovely. And I was there once, and the cruise liner came in, and all the people get off into the port, and the floral displays, they were superb, absolutely. So big up to Phil. Right, I'm just going to keep working my way round. Okay with those ones, let's get that one. Just keep filling that up, like that. Filling that up, working your way round. Tell you what, I might as well use the colour, haven't I? Let's go for that colour. Always remember to squidge the bottom. And these will grow, these will really go for it. As I said, a feed after a month, give them a good feed. That's the only problem with these, work your way round, push it in. Let's drop another one of these teas in there. Let's take that one out and put this one in. There we go, just working our way round. It feels warm today. We had a lot of rain yesterday. It's filled the water books up lovely, which is good. So all the veg that I grow is watered with soft water. So just keep working your way around. Just be careful with the Busy Lizzies, because like I said, they are tender. I'm just going to put another one in there. There we go. Right. Just going to top up that with a bit more compost. And then the outside. going to do here is poke the lobelia in. Just literally run with the lobelia all around the outside. Pack them in, because these will trail down and they'll look lovely actually. Like I said, there's no right or wrong with the colour, whatever your preference is. If you were planting begonias, just remember that begonias are sensitive to sunlight and water. So if you water them during extreme heat, you can seriously scorch the foliage and it doesn't look very nice. It's all about preference really. I like a mixture. I think the orange of the marigold sits lovely. So again, squeeze the bottom, give them a good, and then that will come out easy. There we are. Push that in again, so we'll work our way round. Work his way round, push that in. Keep going. Keep going. See, it's starting to come together now. I think that orange and that sort of burnt orange makes it pop. What a great saying. makes it pop. Makes it pop. That's it. Keep working your way round. Working round. I do like lobelia. I do like lobelia. It's one of those that if you're growing it from seed, you would start about probably end of February. It's really fine. So we used to mix it, we used to companion it with some horticultural sand. So you'd mix the sand with the seed, so then you could actually see it where it was on the seed tray. Right, there we are. Look, I'll get one more in there. That will go in there. Right, now to push down. This is ready for a good drink actually. Give that a tap. Right, that's perfect. So you see you've got the orange, the burnt orange of the tagetes. We've got the lobelia around the outside, which will cascade down. We've got the busylizzies, impatiens. And then all I'm going to do is just do that, take that off, and it's out your way. There we are. It's simple. It really is. It really is. It really is as simple as that. Just go back round again. Make sure you've got firmness. As I said, don't put too much compost in, because when you do water it, it'll just overflow. And when you have newly planted a tub up, try and use a rose, because it's softer. If you have direct flow of water, it'll just hit it, disturb all the roots. Right, there we go. There's that. Quite like that. Lovely.